Hello students, very good morning to all. This is Jasveer Kaur, your geography and political science teacher. But nowadays I am teaching only political science. Very soon we will start our geography portion also. And today we are going to proceed further with your next topic, that is chapter number 3, plant development, part number 3. Earlier two parts I have already posted, uploaded on videos, and this is the chapter plant development. You know that planning is very important, utmost necessity of our development. If we want to make development, planning is very urgent. Planning is must. Without planning, if you say that I'm going to study in class 12th, and you have to plan that what type of subjects you want there, which stream you want, and planning of the purchasing books, writing notes, learning them, understanding, planning of your day-to-day routine. If all these things are required individually, these play very important role and having occupy important place in our daily routine life. To imagine for a country how important is it for the development of the country, especially country, vast country like India, we have to make a good planning for the development. I'm talking about just after the independence, Indian leaders, representatives, as well as the citizen of the India have to do all these things very carefully, very urgently, right? It was very essential. We can say it was the integral part of our social as well as political life. We have to see that how we have to make development in different spheres of the life, not only political but also socially as well as economically. So all the planners, whatsoever they are planning for the future generations as well as the future years, coming years, they have to keep in mind. And in our previous videos we have seen that what type of developments are there. Now I'm going to tell you about for that type of development, I mean to say what type of economy should be there, where India can develop properly, right? What type of targets should be there. So keeping in this mind, we have studied about our socialist economy structure, capitalist structure, and India adopted socialist that we have copied from USSR. According to that socialist structure of the economy, where all the sections of the societies have equal control on the wealth and power of that particular section of society as well as of that country, because it starts from the society, state, nation and country and others. So that's why I am mixing both country and state and society. Everywhere there should be equal opportunities for the everyone. Keeping it in mind, Indian representatives, right, with under the valuable guidance of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, one planning commission was set up in March 1951, and it was not a very rapid or sudden idea. Okay, this is to be done, it has been done. No, it was previously in plan that such type of committee should be established so that can only concentrate on the planning, right? For this, for in vast country, you know that representatives, leader, political or our we can say senior leaders have to see many more things for the country, socially, economically, politically, international level, national level, everywhere. So they wanted that a committee should be established, a committee should be formed, so that that particular committee always make its concentration regarding planning and development. Keeping in this mind, it was set up in March 1951, Planning Commission of India, and you may see it from your book also, page number 50, there is given Planning Commission, I'm telling you this one. Planning Commission is given there. Right? This cartoon you have to read accordingly. There are some people sitting on the top, some are downwards. What is the role of these people and what is the role of these people? So that is afterward you have to read. Right? First listen this Planning Commission accordingly. So what were the major objectives of this Planning Commission? It was, as earlier I mentioned, that its major objectives were that to bring the each section of the society on the equal platform for all the three dimensions: social, economic and political. For example, OBCs, SCs, STCs, and very important, the status of the women, how they can brought equally to the men in the country. Then they have to adopt what type of structure of the economy for the economic development. That is, earlier I mentioned, that was the socialist structure of the country, socialist structure of the economy. Then they have to see the ownership and control of the material. Ownership and control of the material, that also they have to decide. Okay, who will take control? All will take, some will take. Will it come to the private sector or this one public sector? That was also very important during those time. To which sector it should come, private sector and public sector. That is also depicted one with the help of one cartoon, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and one more on the next page that is given. That you have to see page number 56. Page number 56, to make the balance between private sector or public sector. This was also a big question, to whom this control should be given, either to the private sector or to the public sector. That was also very big question in front of the representatives of India. In other words, we can say in front of Planning Commission. Such type of members have been taken under it. And how this Planning Commission worked? Very fantastically. This Planning Commission decided that they have to make planning for the coming 5 years well in advance. 5 years, right? It is known as FYP, 5-year plan, right? So that they have to take how much expenditure they have to do and what is the income, how it is to be adjusted. So that's why it was getting done in this way, FYP, 5-year plans. And first 5-year plan was launched in 1951 to 1956. Then it was second was 56 to 1961, so on so forth. Plannings were going on, but in between there were plan holidays also, that we can say due to some economic crisis, some political instability, some plans like for example third 5-year plan, fifth 5-year plan and eighth 5-year plan, in between these plannings were somewhat disturbed. You will read about this planning in your geography chapter also, I'll tell you. So you have to be in touch for these things. 1956, first 5-year plan, 1951 to 1956, first 5-year plan. If I tell you just overview, first 5-year plan's major target was to give preference to the agrarian sector. Agrarian sector means to say agricultural sector of the country. That was the major need just after independence. How we can make India self-reliant, self-sufficient in the food items. You may have heard about this in your previous classes also, right? Green Revolution was there. That was major created to make India self-dependent in the field of food grains, right? So in this way, for agrarian situations, mean to say agricultural situation, because at that time approximately 80% population of India was indulged in agriculture. For this agriculture, irrigation system, dams construction, right, and good quality of seeds and other items, and facility of this land fertility increment, how to increase land fertility, that was also major issue during this first 5 year plan. In this way, first 5 year plan, I would like to take the name of K.N. Raj. K.N. Raj, a very we can say very intelligent scholar, economist. He gave some strategies to India how to launch these 5 year plans, and a very good point that very he guided us that it should not be taken hurriedly in the beginning, it should go slowly, then we will make it faster, right? Simply like whatsoever things we are start in the beginning, we should take it slowly, understand. If when we start it understanding, adopting it, and we after that we may follow it very rapidly. He has given the same theory here that we must do these things not very hurriedly. K.N. Raj, economist, argued that India should hasten slowly. Hasten slowly was word used by K.N. Raj. Right? Accordingly, you have to work. In this way, the first 5 year plan's major target was to give more and more stress on the agriculture sector of the economy based upon socialist ideas, right? So that each and everyone can come in that category, get equal opportunities, get equal profit of the country accordingly. In this way, second 5 year plan, named as rapid industrialization. In this, major target was taken for industrialization in the field of industrialization based upon socialist pattern of the society, and here I would like to take the name of Bombay Plan. Bombay Plan, it was drafted earlier. Bombay Plan 1944, even before independence. When I mentioned that it was not a sudden invention of this 5 year plan, this is not abruptly done. It has its history, major targets, debates, discussions, negotiations, then came to conclusion, and whatsoever taken in this Bombay Plan 1944, and even before that there was one organization named as FICCI, given made by the major industrialists of India like this one Tata and Birla, G.D. Birla, Parshottam Das, Thakur Das, right? Whatsoever they have planned for the import and export of their industrial production and raw material, labor law, all these things were decided here to make the appropriate development. These guidelines were followed during this second 5 year plan, that is from 1956 to 61, named as rapid industrialization. And in this Bombay Plan, or this industrialization of major cities of the country, right, quick transformation by changing simultaneously in all the possible directions. It was Madras, right, railway in Madras city, Bombay, Calcutta, right, industry like film industry was also that time, Mayapuri we call it, in Bombay it developed, right, electricity, and regarding that railways, roads, manufacturing, structural development. Such type of targets were taken during these years, during the second 5-year plan. So in this way, that was kept in mind that people should invest more and more money in the industrial sector. You know that how the citizen will invest if they have saving, and investment and saving program was also launched during that time. I know my grandmother used to tell me this program. At that time, small boxes like banks were distributed among the people of the villagers, so that you daily you have to save some money here. If you save, only then you will invest. From where you will make investment, right? So after that, that investment would be counted, and investment would be invested, that saving, sorry, would be invested in the industries, and what's our profit would be there, that would be distributed equally among all the sections of the society that was there. So in this way, rapid industrialization according to K.N. Raj, and in second 5-year plan, I would like to take the name of P.C. Malabonis. P.C. Malabonis. He also gives stress on this saving and investment theory. Saving and investment theory was implemented. I mean to say, you will investment if you have savings. If you don't have savings, from where will you invest? That was fantastic theory. People were given initiative, people were inspired to how to save money. Small saving idea was given to citizens so that they can make investment in the industrialization. What type of industry? Electric industry, railways, structural development, and means of transport and communication. Such type of things brought a very big turning point in the history of India. You know that Britishers never agreed to make India develop. They always dragged India into back way. They always try to drag India back way, so that we cannot go equal to them and demand about our own facilities, rights, this and that. In this way, I have taught you up to page number 53. I have taught you up to page number 53. Dear students, please prepare your notes accordingly and learn. And very soon I will conduct one oral test through this class. Okay, students, bye. Take care. Don't forget to make a reading of your chapter.